Greetings and welcome to you. I am Shoshana, and today we're going to be doing a reading for the collective that is drawn to the title. It is not for a particular sign. It is for a collective that understands the issue with going too fast. Okay, so the message that I got today to share has to do with slowing down. There is an agenda. There is an agenda to speed up time because they want to hijack the reincarnation process, hence reprogram you with an updated version of their matrix, because they always feel like their last one wasn't good enough because it didn't kill you faster. They don't like when people are healthy. They don't like when people live for a long time. So they use portals such as CERN to manipulate time and bring demonic entities into our world that are not from this world. They focus on the acceleration of time in an unnatural way. Everything that ages you is what is promoted. Pornography, alcohol, sugar, mandated procedures. Everything in their agenda is to accelerate time in an unnatural manner. And the only way to defeat that is by slowing down. Instead of focusing on the acceleration of time, focus on accelerated healing. That is what humanity needs to be focused on. Accelerated healing. Accelerated healing. So give me a moment as I shuffle everything and clear the energy of last reading as we speak about this. When you meditate, take a look at your old photos. Old photos, 5, 10, 20 years ago. And you will notice things. That time is not... We are not on the right time. The new year is not when they tell you it's the new year. We are not on the right time. They tell you that January is the new year. January is not the new year. The new year begins in March. According to my people, the Arapaho people, New Year's is in March. Interestingly enough, according to the Chinese, the New Year isn't until February. For the Chinese culture, their New Year doesn't start until February. So why does Chinese culture, their New Year's does not begin until February, and in Arapaho and many other Native American and possibly Mayan calendars, their New Year's don't start until March. So what is wrong with that? We're on the wrong time. The way to counteract that is by slowing down. Don't rush yourself for anybody. Don't overbook yourself for anybody. Don't drain your energy for anybody. Don't allow people to obligate procedures on you. You have a spiritual authority. Do not consent. We have entering the Garden of Delights. This Garden of Delights is your own state of mind, your fantasies, your concepts, your perceptions, your beliefs, your energies, your authority. So enter the Garden of Delights. We have passion for purpose. There's a purpose for your passion. There's a reason why you are passionate about something. And dance of the divine feminine. The divine feminine is losing its femininity, and the masculine is losing its masculinity, because that is also part of their transhumanism agenda. They want males to be feminine and they want feminine to be masculine, because that is all anti-godly, you see. And there is this black awakening going on where more and more people are starting to wake up and realize that there's clones among us. And there's this whole new world that people have fallen fool to for such a long time. And there's only so much time that can go by before they are exposed and outnumbered. Okay, I have to pick that up. Give me a second. Okay, the card that flew on the floor, we have being patient. You are not patient enough. Patience is not about doing nothing. Patience is knowing profoundly that nothing can be done to change the situation in the present moment. Wait, and the inevitable will materialize. This goes beautifully with slowing down. There are consequences that occur when time is manipulated. For example, everybody thinks that Sunday is the Sabbath. Everybody thinks that Sunday is the Sabbath, but it is not. The Roman Catholics changed the day of worship from Sabbath. The original Sabbath is on Saturday. And the Roman Catholic changed the Saturday Sabbath to Sunday by editing something that should have never been edited, because at some point in ancient time we were on the right time. But when deceitful agendas come aboard, they destroy evidence and they put people on the wrong time. So the Roman Catholics took the Sabbath and changed it to Sunday. So that's why everybody thinks that the Sabbath is on Sunday, because the Roman Catholics did that in 364 AD. Sabbath stands for Sábado. Sábado stands for Saturday. So the true Sabbath is on Saturday. That's just one of the examples of how they manipulate time. And by you slowing down and being in the present moment, which is, it makes sense. The more that you study Buddhism and Taoism, you realize that there's a reason for these techniques. There's a reason why we are supposed to be taking things slow and being in the present moment, because when we are slow and we are in the present moment, we are on the proper time. And we know the right time, and we know what time it is, and we have our sensory systems balanced. But when you're so fast all the time, you're so sped, you're just spinning out of control, what happens? You spin off control out of your own axis. And you fall victim to time holders and time manipulators. Physical work for the collective that needs to slow down. Health issues. The fact that everybody wants to go so fast is not only associated with ego, it is associated with slavery, and it is associated with drainage of your vital life force, chi energy. So a lot of people are having health issues. They're aging faster because they're going so fast. What do you desire when you're going so fast? You desire sugar, and sugar is an agent. It ages you, and that is why sugar is advertised. Anything that ages you is going to be advertised front and center, and that's pornography, drinking, alcohol, sugar, mandated procedures, because those things accelerate your aging process even faster for the males. We have moon time. The physical work that this collective needs to do is open their eyes to the deception that is in all directions. And not being so sedated by it, not being so easily pacified by it, manipulated by it, fooled by it, deceived by it. That's a lot of cards. I don't know if I want to take them. I think I'm not. I just want one card for the inner work. The inner work for this group, using our medicine deck. So people depend on you. You have dependents. You have people who rely on you. You have a responsibility. And the inner work is to take that responsibility and take care of it. Don't give up on that divine assignment responsibility that has been handed to you and that you have accepted with pleasure and honor. If you don't have dependence, you will have dependence. And it's important for you to stay alive and survive and live for a very long time and not fall victim to these agendas. Full moon here, full moons here, eclipses, they are all curses. They are not blessings. You know, it's absolutely ridiculous how many videos and websites and all this airy-fairy crap about moons being a blessing. Moons are not blessings. They are curses. And in order to protect yourself from them, you have to be aware that they're there. How do you get hurt by spells and curses? By not being aware that they're there. For the spiritual medicine position, we have the bear, the medicine of the bear, that represents being more of an observer during this time. It is patience, constant evaluation, constant reflection in solitude, observance, that will get you through this difficult time. If you show the universe, or if you show the ones that are targeting you that you are in a panic or in a frenzy, that will attract attention. And it will complicate things. You want to be very smooth about your resolution, because I feel like everyone is going through something very similar, different stages, different levels, but ultimately something similar, having to do with making survival moves, to say the least. Survival moves. You know, what works for some doesn't work for others. Some people are able to live in certain environments and others cannot. So as soon as you wake up in the morning, you think, slow down. When you do your 10-minute grounding in the mornings, you think about slowing down, slowing down, slowing down. You notice how people drive? People drive so fast. They want to get there so fast. They want to get there first. Everybody drives like it's all about me, 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 me. Ego, ego, ego. Nobody wants to stop for 10 seconds so that the old lady and the children can cross the street. People have become so selfish. But you know how you defeat that? You know how you defeat groups of lower minds? By slowing down. What do you think happens when you slow down? You appreciate more. You notice more. You observe more. You're able to prevent more. These agendas don't want you to prevent. They want you to do the opposite. They don't want you to have time to think. Okay, these two want to flip over. We have smoky quartz. This group needing to protect itself more than usual, because as you unravel and you expose agendas within yourself and your own life, at the same time you have to increase the protection because you know more. So you have to protect that knowledge as well as keeping the responsibility that's associated with that. And then we have tumbled stones. This is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, from the whole crystal deck that I have. I know there's a lot of crystals, but just the meaning, because of the meaning, this is one of my favorite, probably like my top 3. This is all about finding medicine in other people, finding medicine in socializing, finding medicine in hearing stories. Your salvation will be found in a person, found in a group of people. And part of the agenda goes against that. Part of the agenda says, lock yourself up in a room, and do not socialize. We are meant to socialize. When a human does not socialize, they develop dementia and schizophrenia. And it is these very agendas that want you to believe that your solution is not out there. But your solution is out there. It's just not over the internet. It's not in a platform. It is a group of people in person. So wherever there is a holistic event, a healing event, an accelerated healing event, it has to be positive. This is not associated with concerts. This is not associated with symbols. This has to do with a healthy, high vibrational group that has the answer to whatever it is that you're looking for. It is silly to think that your solution is not in other people. That is what we're meant to do. We're meant to story tell, talk story, and exchange medicine and help heal each other in a world where humanity and Mother Earth and all of its little creatures are constantly being targeted and constantly being added to the extinction list. As far as I'm concerned, Earth has been under attack for eons of time. So I don't think that it's ever meant to really end, at least for a long time. On a positive note, a lot of the entities that are in charge of these agendas, they're also joining the endangered list. So there are consequences. There is a universal law for everything. And when there are entities of any kind that harm what was created by God, there will be consequences. And those entities too are endangered and headed for extinction. And that's why they are targeting us so hard, because they want to mix with us and they cannot. Take care of yourself. Trust that if you do, you'll always land on your feet. We have the cat card. Landing on your feet whenever you are attacked. Marvelous. Don't berate yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Don't go through the whole little guilt and shame loop, because that is also an agenda. An agenda to shame you. You were targeted and you were tricked, or you were scammed, or you were betrayed. Whatever happened to you, don't attack yourself. Just land on your feet and take better preventative measures next time. Maybe some of you relapsed. Okay, so what? Just keep on going. Write a journal. If you don't have a journal, what happened during this relapses? You learn a lot from your relapses. That's why I'm not part of the AA program, because there's too many restrictions. You can't learn when you're feeling compressed, when you feel like there's any restrictions or high critique or judgment. You cannot learn in that way. You have to be compassionate of also your relapses. So if you did have one, you get a journal. If you already have one, then you just continue. What happened? Why did you relapse? Why couldn't you say no? And then next time that you think about it, you just go back to the journal. What color does this group need to incorporate more in their life? Life goes by so fast. For those of you who are parents, enjoy those babies, because those babies will grow up so fast. I tell you. And then you will look back at those pictures and you will regret it. You will regret that you were upset about whatever you were upset about in that photo, in that time and place, because it's a waste of time to be upset with people. It's a waste of time to be in your emotions. It's a waste of time to be in self-inflicted pain because of expectations that we put on others that we should have never put there. We tell ourselves, oh, I'm not going to be happy unless I'm with this person. I'm not going to be happy unless my spouse stops cheating. Baloney. And then what do people do? They will neglect the children. They neglect the children because they're at odds with their spouse. And that's the biggest mistake that you can ever do. You will regret that. You will regret every single second of that, because in all of my years of researching life itself, I feel like Cancer is the right sign. Like, who has the right answer? And I judged Cancer, the Cancer sign, for such a long time, because they're always in their emotions, and emotions are counterproductive, and I judged them. But then I realized that Cancer is the one that is associated with family. And Cancer is the one that has the right idea. They're the ones who have the right answer. Do they go a little overboard? Sure. But all of the astrological signs have very fascinating positive and negative traits and characteristics that I find interesting to study. And Cancer is the one that is associated with family. Their whole purpose in their mind, in their soul signatures, in their spirits, is that life is all about family. And that's all that matters, is family, family, family. And family. And that is the right answer. It's nothing fancy. How many years do people spend in their teenage years and in their 20s delving in codependency, in codependent relationships, in codependent situationships, and then getting a divorce, breaking up, not ending up with that person, and wasting so much time that you could have spent with the people that really do matter. And at the end of the day, it is family. It really is family that matters at the end of the day. It really is family, whether that's spending time with the one you have or creating one of your own. It really is all that matters, because time goes by so fast. And before you know it, that family creates their own family, and there are certain moments that will never reoccur ever again. And the reason why unconditional forgiveness is so important is because you give that person an opportunity to fix it if they are interested. And when they succeed with their effort over and over and over again to try to make things up, there's something really beautiful that is formed that is unexplainable. You can have a transmutation from a very difficult situation. It is possible to forgive a situation or forgive a person that shows effort to transform that. Because that is always the main reason. It is what makes the world go round. It's the main reason why people check themselves into a rehab or a therapy session. It's always because of family, trauma, upbringing. Purify your body. We have the color yellow, using this collective group needing to use more yellow, lightening up all of the corners of where you live, lightening up the corners of your subconscious, lightening up the content of your thoughts. How can you filter your thoughts? How can you disconnect and cut the cords that are connected with negative thinking and self-sabotaging and self-destructive behavior, thoughts, mentality, temptations? Like electrical cables, you just cut them. You disconnect it, you rewire your brain so that your brain is connected to positive thinking, and you put a little filter, so there's a little filtration system that sucks up those negative thoughts and says, nope, thought not accepted. If it's a negative thought, don't accept it. It's either a negative interference, some distortion, entity, paranormal, demonic force that is sending that negative thought, because we as humans are not created that way. We're not created to have negative thinking. Those creative negative thoughts are all negative interferences that you can get a little filter for, and you get easier. It gets easier with time. As time goes by, you just make it a habit. I will dismiss all negative thoughts if they are unreasonable, because of course you get an alert system, you get a radar when something is not right, and you just set the filter. You can set the filter to a very specific setting where you make sure that it's unreasonable. If it's an unreasonable negative thought, dismiss it and don't even send it to me. And you only accept positive thoughts or reasonable warning thoughts. Passion for purpose. So for this group, if there's someone that you are really attracted to, that you are really passionate for or passionate about, there's a reason for that. It's not for no reason. There's a reason for that. So let's pull a card. You want to pull a card for that? Let's pull a card for that. We have aquamarine. So we have aquamarine for the person that you are passionate about. Aquamarine is all about communication. Communicating is what will fix every issue that you have. Whatever issue that you have that has to do with insecurities, commitment, value, fears, rejection, inhibition. I feel like this group doesn't want to share their wild side, and it is exactly that wild side that your person needs to hear. Your person needs the green light, and because they don't have the green light from you, they're assuming that you're not interested, and for some of you, they're even assuming that you're rejecting them and that you are not having mutual feelings because you're not giving them the green light. So they have no way of really knowing because you're not letting them know how you feel, or you're not expressing yourself. All of those negative emotions will disappear with communicating to your person. And I'm also getting that it will also remove a block. So there's a block in between both of you. For some of you, it's associated with witchcraft or the evil eye, or people simply envying your union energetically, not wanting you to be together. So those kinds of crafts or those kinds of blockages will simply be broken by communicating. You two communicating will break that. Okay? Any other questions in regards to your health? Let's do a card for your health. So like I said, when you slow down and you stop overbooking yourself, your health will improve, your clarity will improve, you'll be able to make better decisions. Because for some of you, or most of you, I feel that you're overworked and you can't even figure out solutions to your problems. So you have a mental breakdown instead. And for others of you, that's what leads to the relapse. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. This is just a collective reading. And last but not least, for your health, we have honoring how far you've come. You're not giving yourself enough credit for how far you've come. I would like for this group to go to your attic, go to your closet, go to your grandma's house, go to all those storage bins and look through old photographs. When you look through all those photographs, you will have an epiphany, and that epiphany will light up this fire in you to be a better person. And it will give you a realization that there's an agenda that has taken time from you that is causing everyone to age faster, and it can be broken. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time. Bye.